So today I will be showing you guys how I made this cloak. This was made for about $6, maybe a little over, and I made it in one night, so not too hard. I forgot to film this before ripping it open, but it was just a fleece blanket from Walmart, and it looked like this when it was all wrapped up. First, I used an old cape and laid it on top of my fabric. Then I went and found the seams on the cape and put pins all along the seams, going all the way up on both sides here. This is to make my main back panel because I wasn't sure what shape to go for with that. So when you push back the cape, you are left with the shape of the back panel. So then you just cut all the way up there and leave a little bit of space so that you can sew the panels together. The cape was also not quite as long as I wanted, so I put a tape measure down the middle and then cut to how long I wanted it to be. This way it kind of adds a few inches to what the cape originally was. So when I reach the end of my little template here, I will just keep going to the length that I marked earlier. And I'm kind of gonna instead of just going straight down, I'm gonna cut out a bit in an angle because that's how our shape is kind of going. Now we just go through and collect all the pins. Now you are left with your back panel. Now that we finished the back piece, we're gonna move on to one of the little shoulder pieces. So you can see I've got the side panel all pinned out. You want to make sure that you really get the curve of the shoulder in and then the straight edge on the other side. So I also put my measuring tape on top so I can make sure that I get the length that I want. So this one you don't need to flip anything back because it's the edge, so you're just going to leave it how it is and then cut up there. And then this one you're going to fold back to reveal the seam and then cut along there. And of course, make sure that you're leaving yourself a little bit of space so that you can sew them up later. Then you'll just remove the pins again. Now I took the piece that I just cut out and put it in place. There are two things to remember when cutting the other piece. The first one is that you want to mirror the shape that you've already made. So as you can see here, I pinned mine with the right side up. This way would be a mirror image of what I've already made. With this piece, you don't need to leave any seam allowance because you already did that with the piece that you're using as a pattern. These are the pieces that I have cut out right here, and I have them laying out the way that they're going to be sewn together. Then I doubled my fabric over and pinned my hood down and cut out that shape. Then here are all the pieces that I have to put together. Then my videos didn't want to import into my editor, so I will have to talk you through these stills. I'm so sorry about that. I wanted this to be a very clear tutorial, so sorry, but this is what we're working with, so let's make it work. So here I'm just showing you putting right sides together, like so, and then pinning it down. Then I basically just went through and sewed along the edges. Now that it's looking a little odd, we're going to take our hood and we're going to put right sides together and sew like this all the way down. I did that for both of the side panels as well as the hood here, and this is what we have. And the very last step is just to add some kind of closure. I found these cute little clasps, and this pack was like just under $2, and it came with 2. So I only ended up using one for this project, so I have an extra to make another cloak at some point. I felt like there was a lot of really confusing tutorials on YouTube, so I want to do something that was just very simple, very easy. Definitely not the fanciest, but it gets the job done. It is very easy to do, and cheap as well. So let me know if this tutorial helped you guys out in any way, or if you have any more questions, I would love to answer them. I want this to be a very easy, very simple tutorial, so let me know if I achieved that, or if you have any more questions to kind of clear anything up. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Now, I used a pattern to make mine, but you could definitely do one without a pattern. All you have to do is measure the length across your shoulders and then measure the height that you would like your cloak to be. Then basically you just connect the length of your shoulders and draw out like a bell shape. Now the cloak is essentially 2 of these bell shapes with the sides sewn together, and then you just cut up the middle of one of the bells to make an opening, if that makes sense. Let me show you what I mean. I want to make sure I'm showing this as clear as possible because there are a lot of really confusing cloak tutorials on YouTube right now. So I kind of make this as clear as possible. Basically, this is the inside of my cloak, and you just need 3 panels, and where they connect, it needs to be kind of at a curve so that when they're sewn together, you're kind of making a pocket for your shoulders, if that makes sense. So that when it folds over, it will sit on your shoulders. And it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but my hood was literally just a big rectangle sewn down one side so that you can poke it in, and then it's a hood. Not the prettiest, but it works.